Welcome to Sollu Kaburz podcast. I want to use the line from Prestige movie where Christian Bale says, "Are you watching closely?" So if you're watching closely, hear me out. The following podcast will mostly be in Hindi and any other Indian languages that you don't understand, right? I wish I could do this podcast in Malayalam, but I can't speak a word in Malayalam. I wish I could do it in Kannada, can't speak a word. I wish I could do this in Telugu, but my guest is still learning Telugu. So, Meenakshi, enta Telugu వచ్చు నీకు?
ఆ, నేను తెలుగు నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను.
Oh,
కొంచెం కొంచెం
okay.
little.
Okay.
Yeah,
చలేగా.
I can. Yeah, some things.
ఒక రోజు,
Hmm.
one fine day, we'll do a
సరే.
podcast in Telugu. But this podcast will chat a little in Malayalam here. We'll play a little Antakshari in Hindi. I told you all to watch it closely, so keep watching and we'll see what our guest got and tell what her story is all about. May I introduce you, Meenakshi A.K.A Courtney, all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, America. Came over to India, fell in love with India, and boom, you're making chutney for your pancakes. So that is what her story. But although in all seriousness though, you came to India to what? To do some research on Kishore Kumar and the connection between country music, is that right?
So actually, I finished my research on that before I ever came to India.
Hindi.
Yeah. Oh, ठीक है. तो मेरा पहली बार भारत में हिंदी सीखने के लिए थे.
Okay.
तो मैं जयपुर में रहती थी 2 महीने के लिए
Okay.
और मैं हिंदी सीखती थी वहाँ. फिर मैं 1, 2, 3 बार वापस आ रहे हैं.
You sound like Madhuri Dixit. Ek, do, teen, char, I'm just kidding.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes.
You got it.
Yeah, I've come 3, 4 times now. So now I'm here 1 साल के लिए थोड़ा सा और 2019 सितंबर से
1 साल से ज्यादा तुम इंडिया में रह रहे हो. Okay. Then what was your research about though? Like in any language that you're comfortable in, a mix. Talk like an Indian girl in Indian accent, maybe. I'm just kidding. Go on.
I can't. But the only thing I know how to do is really. That's my Aliyabad accent. Really, she always says it like that.
Yeah. And then,
It's very.
Bombay girls are like, I was like there, but why didn't you come,
Oh, really? I don't know. So, anyway, मेरे research वो American country western music and Indian music.
Okay.
Relationship. What is the relationship between them? क्योंकि अमेरिका में सब लोग इंडियन म्यूजिक नहीं जानते हैं.
Okay.
और इंडिया में nobody knows
Johnny Cash or whatever.
Not so much, right? And they especially don't realize that there's a lot of sound interchange between the two.
Okay. Fascinating.
So I grew up listening to old country music with my parents and soul music and all different kinds of stuff, but country music was a big one. And I ended up at the Nashville Country Music Hall of Fame, and they were talking about this singer whose name is oh boy.
Kishore Kumar. Let me throw you some names. Kishore Kumar, Rafi.
No, it's an American one, and actually he got more popular in India than he was in America.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so actually he filmed something in oh my gosh, how come I can't remember? Oh dear. Well, I wrote a whole paper about him. And
yeah. Who remembers stuff from their college? No, like that's classic. That's like being a classic Desi girl. No one gives a shit about what they studied in college. We are just studying something else, and we are doing something else. That's classic Desi. That's okay, acceptable.
Terrible. I should have been more prepared for this. So anyway, yeah, he was really popular. He was popular because he didn't have that twang in his voice and that accent that most American country singers have. And so he became very popular, like in Goa, where there are a lot of Christian musicians who are exposed to a lot of Western Christian like gospel music, which is he was doing a lot of, and it has a lot of interchange with country music. But there are also country music came in, I think the first time in India in the early 1950s with this guy named J.P. Chandrababu, who was listening to bootleg Hank Williams tapes in Sri Lanka in Colombo. And this was like very punk rock for him. So he incorporated it. He was a comedian in Tamil Nadu, Tamil films, also singing. But I can't find any record of that song. Like I can't find the actual song or the actual film anywhere. So one day, I'm still looking for it.
Yeah. How did you end up discovering these names, Kishore Kumar, Rafi, and all those folks?
So yeah, that's a really good question. I was studying psychology and biology for my undergrad, and I was really interested in how those things work in performance. Like, how does a song make you feel like you want to dance? It gives you these emotions. How does a movie make you cry? How do the artists understand how to give you those feelings? Because I was singing and making short films at the time too. And I was trying to fit those together to study for my master's and wasn't finding the sweet spot. But then I saw DDLJ at a tiny little strip mall restaurant in West Des Moines, Iowa. It's like a suburb.
Okay.
And DDLJ was playing and I
ये गांव है, आयोवा का गांव है, छोटू सा गांव.
हाँ, छोटा गांव है, छोटा नहीं है, लेकिन in comparison to Bangalore, बहुत छोटा है.
कोरमंगला जितना है, कितना है?
ऐसे है, हाँ. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was it. I saw DDLJ and I was like, maybe there are more like this. Because, you know, they have such a good jodi between Shahrukh Khan, and they are playing music on top of it to increase your emotions. They have it in a beautiful scenery, which again increases your emotions. And so I downloaded the soundtrack from that. It has a lot of other old songs on it, like Hum tum ek kamre mein band ho, aur chabi ko jaye. So I got really into all these old voices and songs, and I had to know more. And I was looking up all the lyrics. What do they mean? Finding more music by those artists, and just falling deeper and deeper in love. Yeah.
So now you're ready to play Antakshari, basically.
I think so.
Okay. अगर हम देखेंगे कि इनकी हिंदी लेजिट है या नहीं, अगर हम जानना चाहेंगे कि ये ट्रू देसी गर्ल है कि नहीं, if you really want to know how Bollywood she is, if you really want to know what she thinks of Sushant Singh Rajput's, yeah. So I'm just kidding. We'll play an Antakshari right now. We'll play Antakshari only in Desi languages. Two people playing Antakshari is no fun, so I've invited a third person, and that's her friend Biju, a good singer all the way from Kerala. Please, Biju, welcome to the podcast. Please come over.
Hello.
What's up, bro? What's up? Hi.
Hey, bro.
Bichu.
Thank you very much.
It's actually Bichu.
Bichu. Okay, as in scorpion?
Does it mean scorpion?
Yeah, in Hindi it is.
That's a movie.
That's a pretty cool name.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'll tell you, the thing is, so this is my dad's friend's name. So he passed away while I was in my 6th grade. But I haven't even seen the person in my life. So they were together in school, then initial college days.
Gotcha.
Named after that. So it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice.
It's not
cool.
It's not nice. I'm named after a fish.
Let's see how much sting he has got in the Antakshari. So here we go, guys. Here's the thing. You know how it is. Antakshari, Meenakshi, Courtney. You know how it works.
Yes.
And what is the song you begin before you begin Antakshari? Chalo khelte hain. Antakshari kisi ka leke naam. Just some song, right? No? You know the introduction. We are the most lamest Antakshari players here, but let's see what we can do.
You want me to start?
Yeah, just start with Ma, basically.
Ma.
Just start with Ma.
Yeah.
मेरे महबूब कयामत होगी आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी. How's that?
Yeah, Indian Idol stuff.
Indian Idol stuff.
Hogi, Bichu with Ga. Just go on.
Ga. That's only Bollywood.
Any language, you can just go Malayalam, because she understands it apparently.
Malayalam.
Yeah.
Ga. The problem is you get a brain freeze when you
I know. Antakshari is tough, man.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Cheat. Do some cheating.
I'm cheating with Hindi songs right now.
Yeah, but then tell me a song with Ga. I'll sing.
I'm looking for
Gaata rahe.
yeah.
Oh, you can sing. No,
Gaata rahe.
I was thinking of a Malayalam song.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Yeah. Thank you. You can probably sing a song with Ga and you can come to me if that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, I can do that.
Gaata rahe mera dil, tu hi meri manzil. What's the next line, Courtney?
Kahi beete na ye raatein, kahi beete na ye din, gaata rahe mera dil.
Mera is fine for me. Again.
Mera dil.
Meri manzil la. Go on with la, Meenakshi.
Manzil is ma. Ma is fine, no?
No, la. It ends with la. You're changing the rules of Antakshari, bro. Come on.
I always change the rules when it suits me.
But then you
Let's
can,
do what?
but then Manzil.
Leila mein Leila, ऐसी हूँ Leila.
Good.
हर कोई चाहे मुझसे मिलना अकेला. जिसको भी देखूं
This is going long haul here.
मजनू बना लूं.
What the fuck is this?
ऐसी में Leila. Because Majnu in like Korean is like a dumpling. So whenever I think of Majnu, I think it's like a modak.
That's kind of a nice pickup line, no? If to say, hey, you wanna be my dumpling?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, meri dumpling banogi kya?
Samosa.
Yeah. So
everyone in Hyderabad knows Hindi pretty well. Yeah.
Hyderabadis know Hindi, yeah, for sure. But their Hindi is very different. I don't know if she knows it. हमारे बातें अलग रहते हैं, मालूम तुम ना?
I think my Hindi probably sounds more like South Indian Hindi than North Indian Hindi.
I don't think so. तुम्हारी हिंदी South Indian नहीं है, तुम्हारी हिंदी North Indian है.
Yeah. Macha. That's also not Hindi. I don't know.
No.
No, it's local. Nenu paka local. That's a. Are we playing Antakshari? Why
Save
are you
it.
guys talking?
Yeah, he's supposed to sing Bichu L. Come on, la. Meri la la. La.
So there's a song called Aaj Jaane Ki Izzat Na Karo.
Okay.
You know the
No,
song?
but I know. आज फिर जीने की तमन्ना है, आज फिर मरने का इरादा है, आज फिर जीने की तमन्ना है.
This is.
आज फिर मरने का
You have enough
इरादा
contents
है.
right now. See.
This is not audition. Okay, this is Antakshari. You're starting something with like what?
तोड़ के बंधन बांधे पायल. Oh yeah. I don't know.
See,
What's the next line?
I'm sure you have enough contents. Right
No,
now.
I think we should. I think content will be interesting if we play Antakshari on drinks. We should have done that.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Okay.
What's yeah song?
Yeah. Come on, Bichu. Come on. Let's pitch in here. You're a singer.
Sing I'll sing that.
You're way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a song called
Uh-huh.
आज जाने की जिद ना करो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, हाय मर जाएंगे हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो. Oh.
Hire him, guys. Hire him. There he is.
Yeah.
Will.
Also,
Yes.
give me money too if you want.
Courtney, you should be saying wah wah. Meenakshi, wah 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 wah. क्या बात है?
I said वाह. अरे वाह.
3 वाह होने चाहिए. वाह वाह वाह. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? क्या बात है? ऐसे हाथ ऐसे करो. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Don't sound like Mithun Chakravarti. क्या बात है? No. Like.
बड़े नया वाला है, नया गाना है.
अच्छा, ओ से गाना है.
भैया से. क्या? ओ. ओ हसीना जुल्फों वाले जाने जहां, ढूंढते मुसाफिर आगे किसका निशान, महफिल ए शमा फिरती हो कहां, महफिल ए शमा फिरती हो कहां, वो अनजाना ढूंढती हूँ वो दीवाना ढूंढती हूँ झलक कर जो चिपकाया है वो परवाना ढूंढती हूँ
ढूंढ लिया ढूंढ के मिला कि नहीं परवाना बताओ ना
That is ooh. ढूंढती हूँ हाँ
ढूंढती हूँ हाँ हाय रे हाय रब्बा हाय रे हाय रब्बा गाओ आगे मुझे गाना नहीं आता
Minimum 4 lines. That's the rule of Antakshari.
I think it ends with ka for sure. Na 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 प्यार की something like that. It ends. Okay, go ahead with ka actually.
किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार
Just freaking retro. Oh my god.
Breaking rules. Antakshari rules.
That's fine. I mean, at least it's the same alphabet. At least it's the same alphabet, right?
Ka.
Yeah, okay, ka. His turn.
You know what? She's a huge fan of SRK.
Mm.
किसका है ये तुमको इंतजार में होना देख लो ये धड़को एक बार में होना खामोश
जो भी कहना है कहो
दिल जाए जितना प्यार उतना मांग लो तुमको मिलेगा उतना प्यार में होना
Oh my god, I used to love that movie so much back in the day when I was a kid. I used to remember every single song of that.
I just watched it a couple of weeks ago and देखो प्यारे ये नजारे ये दीवानी ये परवानी हाय तुमसे मिलकर दिल का है जो हाल क्या
This will be a promo.
हो गया है कैसा ये कमाल क्या कहें
It goes something like this, no?
तुमको पूजा है
We can do something. The audio settings, some professional audio.
Yeah.
We got an option.
Can we do it? How did it know that we're singing? That's so funny. I don't know if it'll mess everything up.
Okay, then close it. Yeah.
Maybe
we
next
got an
time.
option saying some, you can add professional audio. So I wasn't mentioning to you.
It was probably your voice that did it, not mine. But yeah.
Okay. Where did we end though? Dhum tara dhum ta. Ma. ये माँ बहुत आता है यार अंताक्षरी में. It's a fucking headache. मसक गली
जरा पान के जता के धूल अचकर लचक और लचक मचक के धूल
अरे डगर करने बूंदे
से मुड़ अदा से उड़ काले पूरी दिल की तमन्ना हवा से जुड़ अदा से उड़ फुर 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 तू ही मरे मसकली
She's showing a full range, no? All the way from fucking 1960s to freaking 2010s. Like that is lit. Impressive. I don't know anything about 2020 songs, but Masak Kali, last 3 songs. Let's make it last 3 songs. La. What can we do with La though?
What time? Like 1947 was your adulthood, right?
Are you calling me Budia?
Ayyo. No, ayyo.
Ma.
Yeah, ma or ya?
Ma.
No, I think it was La. No, Masak Kali, La.
Oh yeah, the last.
Okay.
So your turn. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
Biju is freaking skipping it and giving it to me. Come on, bro.
No, it's your turn.
Hold on.
La. Okay, La.
Lal dupatta.
Oh my god. I really think I should have bought my mom and dad to this Antakshari, the kind of song she's picking.
Bro, lag ja gale.
Oh yeah.
हसीना तो हो ना हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो ना हो लग जा गले
Okay. Last 2 songs, folks. Gale. La. Let's make it Ya. La is already repeating. Let's make it Ya.
I'll sing La.
Okay.
You just gave me a song before. Luka chupi. प्यार है आ जाना आजा सांझ हुई मुझे तेरी फिक्र धुंधला गई, देख मेरी नजर आ जाना, तेरी चाहत में मेरी यादें, जिया चंदा चंदा हो रे जिया, धीरे धीरे आंगन उड़ते अंधेरा, चंदा तू है कहा, मेरा चंदा तू है कहा, रिगा रिगा सा 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 रिगा रिगा सा 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 प म ग ग म रे, रिगा 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 नि न न न न न न न न न न न. I forgot the swaram. Ta na 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 ta na 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 ta na 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 ta na na.
Whoa.
अंजूनी मुझे तेरी फिक्र धुंधला गई, देख मेरी नजर आ जाना.
Wow.
That
That was
neat.
very good.
I love that song actually.
Jana Nagin.
Na.
Nagin.
Na वो
That's a song.
Nagin. That's one of the modern ones to get too.
ना न जाने मेरे दिल को
क्या हो गया, अब ये तो यही
I'm gonna play fake guitar like Shahrukh Khan.
हो गया, न जाने अरे हो गया है तुझको
तो प्यार सजना
लाख कर ले तू निखार सजना, दिलदार सजना है ये प्यार सजना.
Ooh. How many times have you watched DDLJ though?
Many.
2 dozen, 3 dozen?
Yeah.
Do you imagine running behind an Amtrak train with your mom, letting you go, Ja, Ja, Meenakshi, Jile Zindagi?
That's basically my whole life, yes.
Zindagi.
Like, can't say anything to you, I just let you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Your mom is like, अब जा, चली जा, जा तू, अब क्या कर सकते हैं, जा ना, कुछ कर सकती हूँ मैं. Last song, Meenakshi, last song for the Antakshari. What is the song that you can give that really touched you, or fascinated you, or means something to you in any Indian language? Hindi, Malayalam. Go Malayalam, by the way. Like, Jimmy ki Kamal. I'm just kidding. So.
No. Oh.
She's gonna sing the disco.
दिल में मेरे है दर्द डिस्को, दर्द डिस्को, दर्द डिस्को, दिल में मेरे है दर्द डिस्को, दर्द डिस्को, दर्द डिस्co. I mean, there's so many.
Look at your caption. Look at the caption. Meenakshi, sing that song that has really touched you. And she's like,
that's good. That's great content.
But you know what? But that's actually really true. I wrote a paper about the neurophysiology of the Natya Shastra. Basically, what is the Darde disco? What is the Darde disco? What is the physiological response that our body has to a song that makes us want to dance like that? They're talking about Darde disco, Darde dil, right? It's that heartache feeling. That's a physiological feeling that we get when we have an emotion, and often those emotions are triggered by songs. So, what do you call the academic study of Shahrukh Khan?
I don't know. SRKology? Shahrukhology.
Darde discourse.
Okay.
Good joke. Darde discourse.
Fair point. Fair. I was like psychology, Shahrukhology. Okay. Yeah. Fair point. Yeah.
That's a good one though. I will call myself a Shahrukhologist from now on. Actually, better than SRK, and I'm a Shahrukhologist.
Yeah. If there is a competition of best Shahrukhologist, you will beat Shahrukh Khan, is it?
Yes, and also if I need to climb over his gate, done.
Yeah. What will you tell him in Hindi if you really get to meet him? I mean, imagine if Shahrukh Khan is watching this right now, what would you tell him in Hindi?
मेरे लिए एक शो बनाऊंगी. Produce करो, please.
That's the best thing you could think of. Like he's pitching in, like Shahrukh से मिली हो तुम पहली बार, Shahrukh देख रहा है, then you're like.
Makes sense because you know what? I'll tell you.
I want to spend a lot of time with him.
She's gonna cry or if she's gonna say hello and then boom, it's done. Shahrukh, you only meet Shahrukh for a few seconds,
Ah,
but then it's done. But then when you say
I
this,
want
if
a
it works,
forever
it works. It's
relationship with
whatever.
him.
It's
Yeah.
coming. So
मेरे साथ एक show बनाऊंगे.
Mm.
बनाऊंगा.
that's
Yeah.
the first thing.
बनाएंगे.
What was your?
You can't say no.
You can't say no.
Because I'm very strong and you can't get away. I'm just kidding.
No, he'll just
Oh my
find me.
God.
I'm just kidding. No threats. I've tried to meet him many times, but it's just like I was so busy, so my schedule didn't allow for it.
Oh, poor Shahrukh.
I know.
I know.
I know. I'm gonna try to make time for him this year. That's my goal this year is make
Yeah.
time for Shahrukh Khan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should
What-
post this, okay?
Yeah.
This-
Absolutely.
Post it. Have all of your followers share it and tell them I'm a Shahrukhologist and it's very serious. I is serious. I'm deadly serious about it.
Mm. You got a tattoo?
Yeah. A Shahrukh tattoo?
Yeah.
No, but give me a week and I can get one done.
All right. Listen, what would be the
Wait.
Malayalam song you would sing for Shahrukh if she's right in front of you?
What's the Male mele tirivechu periyarin talayitte
No. There's
There's
a song. Shahrukh has come down for a shoot with Mohanlal and Mammootty. Both of them are shooting for a movie, and Shahrukh Khan came down because Juhi Chawla was the actress in it.
Okay.
And he came down to Kerala where the shoot was happening, and then the director was playing the song for the situation. And Mohanlal told the song is really not great for the situation. You know, we need to change this. But then Shahrukh Khan said, being a person who doesn't understand it, I feel really good. You know, standing on the hilltop. And that song is.
That's the thing. What song is that?
അന്നാദ്യം കണ്ടതോർമ്മയില്ലേ കുഞ്ഞോളം തുള്ളി വന്നൊരഴകായി എൻ മുന്നിൽ നീ വന്ന കവിതേ പണ്ടത്തെ പാട്ടുറങ്ങും ഒരു മൺവീണയാ നിന്റെ മാനസം അന്നിൽ പൂവണിഞ്ഞ മൃദുസലാപമല്ലോ നിൻ സ്വരം. Go like that.
Wow. I'll learn that one then.
You should listen to the song.
Really nice.
Sure.
I heard the song.
But how did you end up in Kerala though? Like what? How? Why? Where? When? You know?
I did my master's at the University of Chicago. And so they had a Kudiyatam troupe visiting there and performing there. And I went to one of their sessions where they were, you know, teaching all of us academics about it.
Right.
And they invited me to come stay there. And all their cabins were already full. So for like all the professors and grad students to come. So I stayed with the family and they started teaching me Malayalam there.
Wow.
They decided they didn't like my American name, so they gave me the name Meenakshi.
How did that come from? Because there's a song in Telugu, Madhura Madhura Madhu Meenakshi. It goes something like that.
Madhura Meenakshi.
Yeah.
So that's the name of one of the temples in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
Right? Madhura Meenakshi. So she's very lucky, very, what do you say, auspicious. And also Meenakshi translated means eyes shaped like a fish. It's a very beautiful eye shape. And I think it's because I used to watch the Kudiyatam performers put on their makeup every day.
Okay.
And then they would sit and watch me put on my makeup and my mascara and everything every day. So maybe. I don't know.
Why did you go viral though? How and why did you go viral in Kerala?
So I used to go to this restaurant in Kochi after a while, and I'd been learning Malayalam, no formal lessons, but I was just learning. And I knew some songs, and I would go talk to the owner of the place. He's like in his 50s or 60s. And I would just sing Hindi songs and Telugu songs and Malayalam songs and everything. And it was so fun. Then he called a guy he called a rickshaw wala whose brother worked for a show.
Wow.
For Badai Bungalow. Yeah, Badai Bungalow. And they had me on the show and people liked it.
Yeah.
Because I knew some good Malayali, you know, jokes. So
wow.
And I sang a couple of songs. I sang a song in Hindi and Malayalam.
And
then I did a few other shows for Asianet. Yeah.
And that's it. What were the jokes though? Dad jokes, mom jokes?
No, you don't tell mom jokes in Kerala.
Tell some so that Biju can laugh. If Biju laughs, I know it's legit.
They said, where are you from? And my first answer was Manasilayala, which means like no understand. And then he asked me again, and I said American Junction. From American Junction.
So that's like a very popular comedy in one of the Malayalam movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, when the bride's dad asked the guy, "Where are you from?" and he said, "Miami Junction."
Yeah, American Junction.
American Junction.
American Junction.
Okay.
How far is it from Washington D.C. to Miami Beach? And he says kilometers and kilometers.
Okay.
So, yeah. There.
Oh, you've seen all that.
What did you tell them in Malayalam that freaked them out? Just tell that in Malayalam right now.
Even that, I don't even remember what I said. In the Meenakshi. In the Meenakshi. I don't know. I don't remember what I said.
What did you do in Kerala? Tell that. I'll ask you some questions. Tell that to me in Malayalam. What did you do in Kerala?
Sadia, Karichu. Sadia Karichu. പിന്നെ എന്താ
പിന്നെയും ശ്രദ്ധ കഴിച്ചു.
What did I do?
പിന്നെയും ശ്രദ്ധ കഴിച്ചു.
How do you say? Yeah.
പിന്നെയും ശ്രദ്ധ കഴിച്ചു. Kept on eating sadhya.
Yeah. What sadhya? Exactly. Yeah. How do you? I can't.
Which city did you like in Kerala?
ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഞാൻ മുഴികുളം why do you put me on the spot like this? Now I can't even think. If you're speaking to me in Malayalam, maybe I can answer.
Bichu, why don't you take over? Just ask us something. Just have a conversation in Malayalam for a sec.
Sure, definitely, for sure. നാട്ടിൽ പോയിട്ട് കേരളത്തില് ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട ഭക്ഷണം എന്തായിരുന്നു? സദ്യ അല്ലാതെ.
Sadhya അല്ലാതെ, well,
ബിരിയാണി. Okay.
ബിരിയാണി ഞാൻ തോരൻ.
തോരൻ.
Yeah.
തോരൻ.
തോരൻ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്.
നാട്ടിലത്തെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് എന്തായിരുന്നു?
No experience. Performances like മോഹിനിയാട്ടം, കഥകളി, കൂടിയാട്ടം, കലാരിപ്പട്ട്. പിന്നെ
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Kuruk side.
No, that's part of this Kudiyatam. No.
Not Shakir Kutle.
Not Shakir Kutle, yeah. What is a Shakir?
It's there's a Y in it.
If a guy's irritating you, what would you say? How would you?
Podapatti.
Okay.
Now, what of this? This is a very Kerala thing that I learned. Like,
okay.
Yeah, they don't need to say anything else. Once they do that, you're like, okay, that's enough. No more of that. Yeah, Podapatti.
Wow.
That's it.
And that, and you adapted adding coconut to your food.
I love coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut lassi mila ke. Nobody hate me for that. I love South India. Okay.
Right.
That's my commentary on South India, but I do love lassi and I do love coconut.
Yeah.
I don't like we can't all just get along.
Right. Bichu, thank you very much for being such a sport. Pleasure having you. Pleasure listening to your singing, which was like out of the world. I mean, we were just toying around.
It was a mess, but anyway, thanks for inviting me. Thanks to Meenakshi. Thank you for inviting me in. It was wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much. Before you because you're a wonderful singer, I want to spread the word. Tell me about your social media presence really quickly, Bichu, if you can.
Yeah. Instagram?
Yeah.
Half-Baked Harmony.
Half-Baked Harmony is his Instagram.
Cool. Wonderful. You've been great sport, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
He's doing some really cool stuff coming up soon, so definitely follow him. It's going to be lit.
Amazing.
Guys, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Girl from Omaha.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Is that what you call? Which is Omaha. I mean, I'm just kidding. But
that's like saying Hyderabad is Chennai.
Did you adopt any desi food habits in your food? What do you do with your food these days?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a big foodie. I used to be a chef, so I like all kinds of food. But when I'm cooking at home, I make toran a lot, like poriyal, basically dry sabzi with mustard seeds and grated coconut, and maybe some jeera and curry leaves.
क्या पसंद है? मतलब सबसे पसंदीदा डिश क्या है तुम्हारा इंडियन में? मतलब
anything that someone's mom makes for me is my favorite.
अच्छा ये
करेला बहुत पसंद है मुझे.
करेला?
हाँ.
तुम बहुत रेयर देसी लड़की हो जिसे करेला पसंद है. बहुत लोगों को करेला पसंद नहीं है, पता है?
हाँ, मैं जानती हूँ, लेकिन सब लोग बोलते हैं कि और मेरी माँ पसंद है. Yeah, they say that their mother loves it. करेला
ओके
पसंद.
ओके.
Yeah,
मेरी
they
माँ
say
को
my mom likes it. और मेरी
मेरी
माँ को करेला पसंद है.
स्पाइसी चलेगा तुम्हारा?
मुझे स्पाइसी खाना बहुत पसंद है. ये मेरा फेवरेट है. हाँ, I like spicier food than most of my Indian friends do. Yeah. Last week I had Naga food with the like bhojalokia peppers, ghost chilies.
I'm
Really
very
awesome.
I'm very curious to see your kitchen shelf. Like वहाँ हल्दी powder, इधर जीरा powder.
It's right here. I could give you a short tour.
Go on. Let's do this on the podcast then. Let's see your desi kitchen for real quick.
It's very mixed. It's very mixed. I have a lot of everything. So yes, you can see many of my spices and my
Hindi?
chana dal, धनिया, जीरा, जवांत्री है, सौंफ है और अजवाइन है, सेंधा नमक, काला नमक, मिर्ची, लाल मिर्ची, मेथी है, अलग-अलग लाल मिर्ची मेरे पास है, काला चना और बेसन, साबूदाना और ये वो.
Oh
और
my
फिर
God.
ये सब भी सॉसेस है. मुझे अलग-अलग विनेगर्स बहुत पसंद है.
Okay.
पूरे दुनिया से हैं. और फिश सॉस like a southeastern Asian. Yeah, मेरी old monk है. और जैगरी और फिर
जैगरी को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं जैगरी को?
गुड़.
गुड़.
इश्क रैंच. क्योंकि मैं अमेरिका से हूँ तो मुझे रैंच बहुत पसंद है. हाँ.
Wow.
You know, like that, a lot of stuff. So I really love to blend other world flavors with my Indian foods. Oh, by the way, here is my one of my small Shahrukh Khan collections. They're phone cases. They're phone cases. There are more, but this is what I have right here.
Wow. What other habits did you pick up from यहाँ से? मतलब और कैसे देसी हैंड. ओह, ये तो हिलेगा बहुत. ठीक है. और लोग क्या कहेंगे मेंटालिटी आ गई है तुम्हारे दिमाग में?
Yes, a little bit. I don't like the idea of log kya kahenge, but I live in a society. I mean, in my neighborhood, I try not to give people any reason to kahenge about me. Yeah.
But
मैं अच्छी लड़की हूँ तो हाँ, मैं बहुत अच्छी हूँ.
Do you realize the difference of the freedoms that women enjoy here versus what women enjoy in America though?
You know what I would say? There have been many times when people like tried to protect me. Not that they were trying to control me for any nefarious reasons, but they were trying to protect me, and it severely restricted my ability to do any of the things that I wanted to do. I served in the military in the US, and I was raised to be very, very independent. So yes, even me as a foreigner, I've experienced a tiny portion of that. And so, yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for women who, even especially in the guise of like protecting them, they're not allowed to do many things. I think a lot of that is changing though. I know a lot of women who are able to do pretty much whatever they want here. I feel very safe here. Everybody's experience is totally different. And I love India. So
how did your curiosity with Kannada begin? Because ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೊತ್ತು. Same with me.
Because I live here in Bangalore. Bangalore. ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. So that's why I thought to be respectful to the place that I live and to the people who live here, I would like to understand, even though it is a very cosmopolitan city, and it was very hard to learn Kannada because everybody speaks Hindi, everybody speaks Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, English. I did not have to learn it, but I thought I'm a guest here. I should learn it. Yeah. Want to see some of my homework? Here's some of my Kannada homework. Hi.
Oh my God, this is high school stuff. Oh my God, hang on.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me check your homework. Like how do you call for example, how do you call tomato in yeah.
You know what tomato is? It's tomato.
I didn't ask you what's tomato called in Omaha, okay?
No, it really is. It's the one. It's the one that's just tomato.
Without looking at your paper, what's your onion called? You looked at the paper. Don't.
Iruli. In Malayalam, it's ulli. Ulli. Iruli. और പിന്നെ हिंदी में वो क्या है?
Pyaz.
प्याज है. हाँ.
What's the best thing you can cook? Indian thing.
I can make pretty much whatever. I can make butter chicken, of course. My chapatis are beautiful if you don't care about them being round.
Oh.
I call them love marriage rotis.
Yeah.
Love marriage rotis. Yeah.
Sometimes it's in the shape of Idaho, sometimes it's Nebraska, sometimes it's Australia, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know the superstition? If you get your rotis round, it means you're ready for a husband.
Well, maybe that's why my rotis are not round. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because if rotis were so round, then I would be expected to make them all the time. And although I love cooking, I do not like the obligation. I have a lot of other things to do in my life. So I love to cook for fun, but I don't love to cook for necessity. I think people who can do that every single day are amazing.
Yeah.
And I love to eat their food and I have mad respect for them, but I have a hard time staying still like that. Yeah.
Because you have a mad respect for them, you planned a show, right? You want to do a show. That's your dream, right? You want to go around. बोलो बताओ तुम्हारे शो के बारे में बताओ क्या करना चाहती हो तुम ऑन्टी नेशनल वो क्या है
एंटी नेशनल मेरा शो का नाम है एंटी नेशनल
ऑन्टी बोलो यार आंटी
क्योंकि the aunties are the ones who make this country. They are really the foundation of this country. The women of this country are the ones who keep the traditions and keep the culture alive, especially through food. Right? I mean, that's one of the major ways that any culture keeps its foundation, right? Through foods they eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, Auntie National. I thought it was a great idea, right? Nobody ripped my idea off out there.
Yeah, here it is. It's copyrighted right here. That's her idea. I'm telling you, like every American, she's good at suing. All right. So don't you pange matlo pange. You know what pange matlo means in Hindi?
No.
Pange matlo means don't mess with me. Like yeah.
Yeah, पंगे मत लो. क्या मैं बेवकूफ हूँ?
Maybe.
चलूंगी. Yeah, no.
What do you think Americans should totally adopt from India? What do you think?
That's hard because I really love so much about India that I think America would benefit from.
Top two.
How about reverence for education? I think people in India take education seriously, and my parents really were like, whatever. So, and then all these Americans are like, why are all these people coming to take our jobs? Well, it's because they made their kids study.
Yeah.
And you didn't. Your kids play PlayStation all day. What do you expect to happen? So I don't know. I love so many things. Jugad, I love. We do that in America too.
Okay.
But I don't know that it's so. Well, I think it always has some kind of a connotation of like not being wealthy, right? You have to do these things because you don't have the money not to do it. But I think I kind of like that.
What's the best jugad you have done? What's the best jugad you have done?
I mean, I do jugad all of the time because nothing ever works properly. So in my whole life, that's not just here in India, that's everywhere. It's just like always something that needs to be jugad. Yeah.
What do you think Indians should adopt from America?
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit more of that independent spirit. I mean, I see it a lot nowadays. People, I don't know, doing a lot more thinking for themselves. Now, I think there's a fine balance between, that studiousness or like living up to your family's expectations.
Yeah.
And also independent. So ideally we could find some middle ground where we can have some more freedoms, but also we can have that family support. But like, this is a dream world. That's very difficult. And a lot of people are struggling to figure out how to do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think they're working on it.
अमेरिका में if you had the power,
हाँ.
तुम सबसे पहले कौन सा stereotype मिटाओगी इंडिया के बारे में?
India के बारे में. So I did a lot of this when I was an Uber driver, talk to people about India and break their stereotypes, or try to. You know, I was living in Chicago and we'd be driving downtown and people would say, what about the homelessness there? I'd be like, oh my God, like look around our city. It exists here too. And, you know, I'd say the middle class in India, the population of the middle class in India is higher than the entire US population.
Yeah.
Everybody in the whole United States, the middle class in India is bigger than that. Now, every case of poverty absolutely matters and it totally counts, but that is definitely also not the entire story about India. Right? It's very diverse. It's very complex. Everybody here does not speak Indian. That's everybody asks me, do you talk Indian? Well, kinda. Yeah, I mean, there's many ways to.
Many Indian, I talk.
Many Indian.
Yeah.
Also, you know, as an American, I grew up watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
Yeah, and the bad guy in that, by the way, is Amrish Puri, who's Babuji in DDLJ, which was so exciting for me when I saw it. I used to love that movie.
I felt that when I watched the reverse, because I know Amrish Puri. When I watched him in Indiana Jones Temple, I'm like, what? Like, an Indian actor in a Spielberg movie? What? I'm like, I lost it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I did too. I had the same reaction. It took me a while to put it together, and I was like, wow, amazing. This is so cool.
Yeah.
But, you know, so we grew up, literally, the only news we ever get about India is terrible. Never hear anything nice. And then you get movies like freaking Slumdog Millionaire, which would be okay if it wasn't the only story that we ever get about India. Or Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, when we saw people eating.
Yeah, that's a racist fucking movie, let's be honest.
Yeah, I saw people eating cockroaches and saw people eating monkey brains. And that's what Americans think India is like. And they can't distinguish India from the Middle East either. It's all the same to them. You know, so, I mean, it's not just stereotypes about India, it's stereotypes about the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Yikes, guys. We have a lot of work to do. Yeah.
इंडिया में जो अमेरिका या अमेरिकन लड़की मान लो, अमेरिकन लड़की के बारे में जो भी स्टीरियोटाइप है, वो तुम कौन सा स्टीरियोटाइप इंडियंस के दिमाग से मिटाओगी अगर तुम्हारे पास वो पावर है तो?
Indians always think white girls are easy. Not always. Some people, it's irritating sometimes. That is there. Yeah. Or they think that all Americans are rich. This is also not true. This is not true. I wish it was true. I don't usually have issues with that, you know? I mean, I have a pretty decent following on Instagram, and I've gotten thousands and thousands of messages on Instagram and on Facebook, and almost every single one out of the thousands that I received is incredibly respectful.
Right.
I think there's also that stereotype about Indian men that they're very creepy sometimes, and I think I've interacted with a lot of them, and that has not been my experience at all.
Right.
Although it does happen sometimes. It happens in America too, and it's very irritating in both countries. So I think that's just a woman thing.
What are your plans though? Like, you're here, you came down here as a student, you're fascinated by the country, you fell in love with the languages, the music, and DDLJ. So now you're here, you are in Kerala, now you're living in Bangalore. What are you doing here? Like, what do you want to do? You want to stay here forever, become an Indian citizen and vote for Modi ji, or what do you want to do? Like,
I cannot currently vote. I think I'll probably remain an Indian citizen, but I would like to stay. I mean an American citizen. But you know, people think it's so tough to get into America. Man, India makes rules like they don't want me here.
Yeah,
so.
of course. Yeah, like, I mean,
I'm like, I want to be here. And they're like, no.
We billion people want to be in America. Like, come on, like, you know, what goes around? Karma. What goes around
comes around.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, but I'm here. I've been doing a lot of things. So last week I worked on a Kannada web series. And that was really
Wow.
So that should be coming out.
Are you allowed to tell anything about it?
Yeah.
What is this series about?
It's a sci-fi.
Oh.
Yeah, and I play well, I don't want to give it all away.
Okay.
But even I haven't seen the whole series yet, so I'm really excited for it to come out and see.
Right.
But I think it's really fun. It's going to be a very fun series. I had a lot of fun filming it. I'm going to be doing some like art and culture videos. I'll be filming some of those over the next few months. And I'll also be interviewing some really big bands coming up soon. Big. So if you want to follow me, you can keep up to date with all of that. Yeah.
Where can we find you if you want to follow you? Tell us about your social media real quick. Where are you on? YouTube, Instagram, that whole thing?
Follow my Instagram. It's that Bollywood Blonde.
Of course. That's the name, of course.
THAT Bollywood with a B, Blonde, BLONDE.
Hey,
blonde.
We are the champions of spelling bee, okay? Okay.
Such है, yeah. That is lie.
क्या सोच क्या रही है तू अपने बारे में मतलब you know?
I know. मेरी mistake है, मेरी गलती है.
So कर दिया. YouTube, do you have a YouTube? Do you have a Facebook? No, yes.
My Facebook is Meenakshi A.K.A like Courtney के पीछे क्या है? Courtney के पीछे, but it's Meenakshi now.
Okay.
So you can follow me there. YouTube, you can follow That Bollywood Blonde on YouTube too. There's not much content up there right now, but
it's gonna be
please
coming.
follow it, and I'll put some soon.
Oh, please do. You have a potential.
Yeah.
There's a big YouTuber potential sitting there, and I think you're underutilizing it. Hope you get time to do that. You've been a great guest, great sport. What a great podcast. Fun podcast, folks. Thank you for listening in. Till we see you next time with another episode. Go follow, check out Courtney, check out Meenakshi on her Insta. She does some fun stuff. If you have any language to learn, drop her a request. I'm just pushing her to learn Telugu ASAP so that we can do this podcast in Telugu.
To learn Telugu, yeah.
Yeah, she's trying hard. She'll get there, folks. Show the love, show the support, and show this channel and this podcast some love and support. Share, like, subscribe. Till we see you next time again with another episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.